For some reason, I haven't really been feeling the stuff I've been doing lately. And by lately, I mean most of the stuff that was in my old sketchbook. Sometimes I look back on it and it looks really good to me. And other times I look back on it and I'm like, what the heck did I do? But the ones that I always really like are the ones that work directly off of reference. So that is why I'm working directly off of reference again today. And this week, my reference is Lil Uzi Vert. I actually had a lot of fun drawing him, and I thought this picture was very fitting to my style of art. I don't know, I just immediately saw his like downward eyes, and I was like, that's the one for me. Even though it's not one of his better posed pictures, like he has a bunch of other really adorable pictures that I could have chosen, this one just seemed like it fit my style the most for some reason. I think the hardest part I had with this was doing his hair. His hair was pretty crazy at the time that this picture was taken. The tips were blue, and then it faded into black, and then it faded into a blondish brownish color. And then it also had like little hints of magenta and red in there somewhere, maybe a little burgundy. So I wasn't really sure how I was going to achieve that look, but in the end, I think I kind of achieved what his hair looked like, at least enough for you to understand what it's referenced off of. Other than that, the second hardest thing I think was his beard. I think I've only ever done facial hair one other time, and that was when I was doing him from the Powerpuff Girls, so I'm not really sure if he counts because his facial hair just kind of went into a point. But with Lil Uzi Vert, he has lots of facial hair, at least when it comes to me, because I don't usually draw it. So I thought I'd go for a very simple approach, and I just did his facial hair just flat, just because, you know, the style is cartoony and I didn't want to get too realistic with the facial hair, and I just decided to go for a flat and thought that would work the best. So while I was applying the blue to his hair, I realized that maybe I should have started with the black and then put the blue on top of that. But you know what? It was already too late by that time. And if you're going to do something wrong, commit to it. No, I'm joking. Don't commit to the wrong mistakes. But I figured if I wanted continuity, so I had already started with the blue without the black underneath, so I just continued on the same path with the blue without the black underneath. Also, if anyone knows what the heck that little circle thing is tattooed on his face, that'd be very helpful. I tried to look up so many reference photos, I could not find one clear photo showing me what that like weird gauge looking tattoo thing is on his face. I know he has other tattoos that I did not include in this because I couldn't really see them in the reference photo, so I figured it wasn't important to put them in this drawing. The only one that I could really see in the reference photo was that little circle thing, and I had a very hard time trying to figure out what the heck it was exactly. Another thing I tried to keep pretty close to the original picture was his necklaces, and that might have been a mistake. I kind of wish I would have just left them out altogether. If I would have just left them the way they are right now, just black, I think it would have been a lot better. But my stupid self decided that it'd be great to put white on them. So in the end, I ended up outlining them in white, and it looks like crap. But everything else besides the necklaces is okay. Just the necklaces kind of just threw everything off for me personally. It actually took a while to get his hair to a point where I really liked it, but in the end, I think I achieved it. I started with a brighter orange, and then I layered some washed out black on top just to tone it down a little bit because it was a little bit too close to his skin tone and I wasn't liking the way it looked. But once I toned it down with the black and then added the red in, I think it really looked like the reference photo at least. And of course, it wouldn't be a drawing by me if they did not have black eyes because, you know, and that's my thing. Kind of like a signature move type of thing, you know, like I know there's this artist on Instagram that always puts this like triangular thing on her drawings faces, or is it a guy? I don't know, but anytime they finish a drawing, they always put this like triangular thing somewhere on their face, so that way you look at it and you're like, I know who did that. I feel like my black eyes is like, oh, I know who did that. At least in my mind. I could be delusional. and this could be a thing that thousands of people do, and I'm just one of the many people. Either way, I hope my style is distinctive enough where you can see the black eyes and see my style and be like, I know who did that. In theory, that's how it should work anyways. So while I do think that this doesn't look completely like Lil Uzi Vert, I think it looks a lot like the reference, and I think I did a pretty darn good job of making it look like the reference. Either way, I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. So bye.